Anton Rayne came from humble beginnings, and while his ambition and love for his country has propelled him into the highest office, he has not forgotten his roots. Hardship, frequent clashes with authorities, and living through revolution and civil war have led to his disillusionment with the political class and their capitalist cronies, who have brought nothing but exploitation of the workers, corruption, and social and economic decay, both under Republican and dictatorial structures. Thus, when taking office, Anton has promised radical change, the return to a planned economy, and a new focus on free education. Workers of Swordland, unite. We have met Serge, our driver and bodyguard. So apparently Serge has a prior background was in the police academy, but hasn't actually ended up joining the police forces, but has worked as both a driver and a bodyguard. So this is an important person, Comrade Volkner, Comrade Serge. So we'll be heading towards the palace. Welcome everybody back to Suzerain. I think we're still in the, I don't know if I'd call it a tutorial or the startup section. So I don't quite know still where this goes from here. But for now, we will be heading towards the palace. Motorcade began to move. On the way, Serge proceeded to explain his duties as a driver. As minutes passed by, I found myself lost in thought again and barely paying attention to what he was saying. He suddenly gestured out of the window. Isn't it a beauty? The Maroon Palace. There we go, the Maroon Palace. Looks eastern. So that's where the executive branch of the government is situated, as we determined last time. It was constructed to serve as the summer residence of Albrecht Renan, but quickly became a structure of political importance. The turning point was when the Kingdom of Swordland was announced from the balcony of the palace, reflecting the shift of government power from Erlery to Holsford during the transition period. This must be, yeah, there's the city, I can see it over there. The Maroon Palace received its name from the maroon-painted exterior walls. It has 100 rooms and several wings housing different branches of executive government. Underneath the structure is a highly secure situation room where the president is safe from any danger and evaluates any security crisis. Okay, good to know. He was right. Sunlight glinted off the palace's many maroon-colored domes. It was so bright that I had to look away. Every time I look at it, I am reminded of my duty to this nation. It's okay. It's in good hands now. So do I, Serge. It is the beating heart of the nation, after all. We all owe a great debt to the men. No, not this one. It's just the building, Serge. No. We need national unity, and we need all to work together to raise the country out from its misery. It is the beating heart of the nation, after all. Thank you. The car drove past the majestic gates, continued uphill to the entrance, and stopped in front of the doors. Serge got out of the car and opened the door for me. Have a great day, Mr. President. He referred to a famous Swordish phrase from the times of revolution. Morning will come, victory is close. Okay. I'm not sure if this sounds like a made-up language, but I don't know if it has roots in anything. If anybody knows, let me know, because I'd be curious. So I will be, I will definitely be replying in the correct manner. Victory is close. I made my way upstairs through the extravagant corridors of the palace. Marble and engraved wooden finishes decorated the interior. My footsteps echoed in the colossal halls. The guards bowed their heads in respect as I opened the massive doors to my new office. Okay, and we are in office. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, so you might have to bear with me a little while I figure this out. First, let's have a quick look, regional map. Yeah, let's have a quick look at things. So we've got Swordland, our great nation here. Unstable economy. We have a government budget of 7. And I have very little personal wealth. And it's going to stay that way. We've got the Kingdom of Rumborg in the north, we've got the relatively small country of Agnolia, the Republic of Agnolia. We've got the Republic of Lesbia, the Republic of Valen. Weren't they the ones who had I thought it was a kingdom. They were the ones that had a civil war before. This looks like Czech. So maybe we are in a sort of Eastern European setting after all. Then we've got the Democratic Republic of Valgsland. Were they the communists? Oh no, actually there's more here. Okay, but we can't interact with those. So they might have, this might have been country information. It's a socialist republic, yes. So that's where we are going to orient our policies with, and our political alignment. So we've got the Republic of Agnolia in the north. That is a friendly nation, a parliamentary republic. We've got the Kingdom of Rumborg, which is massive. So let's see. What they are unfriendly with an overwhelming military force. Fear God and honor the Queen. Okay, Queen Beatrice Livingston, a semi-constitutional monarchy. Thornborough. Oh, this must be the British. What have we got? Ironsrad, Gashester, Thornborough, Northamptonshire. Yeah, that's the British. What do we got here? Republic of Lesbia. I'm just looking at the names of the cities to see if I can... San Mantua could be Spain. I mean, obviously not an immediate. Neutral, strong military, 79 million people. Patricio Alvarez. Yeah, that sounds significantly Spanish. I mean, we are not the city information. Can I get the country information for Swordland? No, I can't. From memory, we had about 39 million people or something. So we've got Valen here, the Republic of Valen, which is neutral, but with a weak military. It's a small country. I don't know if there is any conquest in this game. I have no idea what's going to happen here, to be honest. We've got multiple organizations here as well. Oh, okay, I see where this is going. So we've got the Guild of Royal Allies. That seems to be sort of the entente of a sorts. We've got the Arcasian Treaty Organization, which is totally not NATO. And we've got the totally not Warsaw Pact, the Contanan Security Pact. Okay, and then obviously we've got Valgsland, the Democratic Republic of Valgsland, which is neutral. I thought we were closer to them, but I think we'll work on that. Kingdom of Rumborg is obviously worrying because they are unfriendly with. They have about three to four times the population. They're fourth in the world in terms of GDP, and they don't like us very much. So that seems to be potentially trouble. Kingdom of Rhesia, we haven't looked at that. Neutral, 40 million people, but a weak military. Another monarchy. And we've got the Grand Duchy of Palace. 6.8 million, small one. And we've got a few, the Republic of Kirut, Constantinum. Okay. So what is that? Turkey, Greece, maybe? Friendly, but a weak military as well. So the threat internationally seems to be strictly coming out of the Kingdom of Rumborg, which is militarily significantly superior. So these guys have a strong military, but they only have 63 million people as well. So the Socialist Republic definitely, maybe together we can stand up against the kingdom if it comes to it. But we'll have to see how that goes. Okay, what else am I going to be doing here? What are these? News items? Okay, they're reports actually that I have to read. So I think that's what we'll be doing this episode. I'll just go through the reports and just to get a bit of a better picture of where we're going. This all looks very turn-based. There's the national map. All right, that's probably something we need to look at as well. So let's We've got multiple states, clearly. We might call them oblasts at some point. And we've got the city of Holsford, which is our capital. And then we've got a few smaller cities. And Deir, this is where I'm from. So Bergia, this is where I had there's Velen. This is where I had my military misadventures at the border here. We've got Estord there, Lachhaven, and not much in the east. So we've got three major cities. We've got Lachhaven, we've got Deir, and we've got Holsford. And a few smaller ones. So 7 news items. We've got an overview, we've got connections, and we've got a journal. I'm not entirely certain of how I progress. I mean, obviously there are things that have exclamation points on them, but let's see what's in the news. Okay, let's see. So we've got fair representation in the Assembly. The long-stalled campaign bill has once again taken center stage at the Grand National Assembly. Grand National Assembly, okay, so that's the Parliament. Sole body given legislative prerogatives by the Constitution, founded in September 1923. Currently led by the Speaker of the Assembly, Gloria Torrey. Okay, member of the Assembly, current Speaker of the Assembly. We'll have to see how all the people are. We'll have to see where we find our allies. So I'm going to have to go through all of the people there eventually. But let's go through the news first. So the campaign bill has once again taken center stage in the Assembly. The bill, first proposed during the Alfonso presidency, had been put on hold due to the election, but is now being resurrected under Rayne. Proposed amendments ensure a more proportional allocation of public funds, more accurately reflecting party's influence. Okay. So we've done that. I have spoken of change and hope. Let's see what how the news are framing it. Rayne spoke about change and hope, bringing focus on reforms. Together we will bring prosperity and reform. Okay, so nothing spectacular here. Okay, mark this red. Okay, so we got the Swordland today. The new president has been sworn into office by Chief Justice Orso Hawker. Actually, let's have a quick look at this guy. Because I have a feeling that he's going to be trouble. He graduated Imperial University, joined USP after the coup, and was elected member of the Assembly. Close ties with the President Sol, appointed him as judge in the Second Supreme Court in 1933. Handed down several landmark rulings that significantly transformed criminal procedure, taxes, and other areas of the law. Many of the court's decisions incorporate highly controversial policies of Sol, including the approval of the security package laws and ruling that the Bloodish Freedom Party, okay, gonna have to quick look at that, political party which was banned, presenting the people living in southern Swordland, campaign for minority rights, okay. Okay, there's so many things to read up on, but let's try not to get distracted too much. We'll go into the details later on. All right, so where was I? Entering the elections was unconstitutional, effectively removing the Bloodish identity from politics. As a staunch establishment supporter, he represents the majority of the Supreme Court and is regarded by some as the most powerful and divisive figure in Swedish politics. I did have the feeling that we might have to deal with him sooner or later. Okay. So, President has been sworn in, 37% of the general vote. First congratulations came from Kisaru Kibner, okay, from the National Front Party. National Front generally sounds right-wing, but let's see. Is it the People's Front of Judea? He has been a member of the Assembly since 1941, so relatively recently. He represents the far right of the Swedish politics, okay. He's respected by nationalists on both sides of the spectrum. National Front Party, and took a strong stance against immigration during the Civil War. Yeah, we're not getting along with him. Was blamed by a significant part of the populace for inciting violence in the city streets against Agnosordish and Bloodish people. He organized countless meetings, panels, helped form nationalist student organizations. He was elected mayor of Jen, that's a city somewhere there. Became the first mayor. He managed to get the best results of NFP in its history, effectively becoming the third largest party in Swordland in the Assembly. I'm still trying to figure out what the overall party situation is looking like, but maybe I'm getting to that. So the National Front nationalist, ultra-conservative political party, xenophobic and led by Kiebener. Okay. He does congratulate me, finished third in the electoral race and entered the assembly. The runner-up of the general vote, now I've got the second largest party, PFJP, didn't concede until the last minute. People's Freedom and Justice Party, Twitter logo, which has promoted both liberalism and social democracy in the country. Okay, so it's led by Franz Richter and currently is the main opposition in the Grand National Assembly. Okay, so these are the centrist liberal Democrats. Center left of the political spectrum, connected with various segments of society, middle to upper middle classes, middle class party centrist, encompassing professionals, government employees, academia, students, progressives, and unions. Internal tensions emerged as the party leadership increasingly diverged from its left-wing supporters, with bluish voters feeling particularly alienated. Okay, so we do have a bit of a strife, sort of a strife here going on. This ideological drift was further accelerated by Richter's embrace of market-oriented economic policies. Yeah, so they started out as a sort of labor party, the traditional workers left, but have since gone into the capitalist, centrist, market liberal area. They represent the reformist faction of the Grand National Assembly, advocating for a more democratic constitution. The party opposes the constitution written by Sol and deems it undemocratic. They are seen as the alternate to the USP and have been a major force in Swedish politics since its first election. PFJP has been steadily increasing its popularity among the Swedish population, who are unhappy with their current situation. Okay, so he is our one of our main opponents, to be honest, because he can obviously drive towards the left if he needs to. Thousands of supporters have gathered in the streets of Deir, chanting campaign slogans, waving flags, and displaying USP party banners to display unwavering support to the newly elected president. Public mood is very positive in the city from all accounts on the ground. The city is celebrating that a Deir-born president with humble roots is now sitting in the Maroon Palace. Well, I agree. Okay, what do we got? Solonomics. Oh, yeah. A new era begins for Swordland, and it holds many economic questions that will need to be answered by President Rayne. Our top economic analysts, with consultation from the National Business Council, have released a comprehensive report on the performance of the past 20 years. A certain section of the report stands out. The last two four-year plans of the planned doctrine created a budget deficit and a clear reduction of the industrial production output. This was specifically due to mismanagement and inefficient bureaucracy. The year-on-year growth, budget balance, and production index values indicate that the two most productive consecutive years had been when the privatization program began in 1949. Okay, so the economic newspaper is clearly on the side of businesses. Our editorial team have come to the conclusion that the recession is not actually caused by Alfonsonomics, but by the drastic obstruction of state executives hindering the plan. President Rayne must take the advice of planned economy proponents around him with a pinch of salt, otherwise he could find himself in the same spot. So basically they're saying, no, we need more pillaging by capitalists, because that is what works, and we can fake the statistics to prove it. But in one position, they're right that the economy is where it's at. So we do have to do that. After recent successful mega infrastructure projects from United Kontana and Valksland. Okay, what is all this? United Kontana. Oh, that's the Federalist Socialist Republic. Is a superpower. Union of multiple socialist republics spanning Kontana. Is that what we're having in the east there? No, I'm not sure. We'll have to have a look. Country is a one-party state governed by the Communist Party with Kyiv as its capital. It is led by Chairman Maleniev Chavatanga-Kunua. Okay, that is an interesting amalgamation. Clearly not Russia, but Indian, maybe? Sort of. So this guy, he's a revolutionary politician and political theorist. Green uniform, red star. I see where we're getting at. He is the architect of Millennialism. There we go. Unique variant of Martian socioeconomics. He played a significant role in transforming Contania, as subsequently united Contana, into a communist state governed by the Contanan Communist Party. Born into a poor family, yep, same. He relocated in Kiev, senior theorist in socioeconomics, same. Instrumental in the party's ideological split, same. Leading the Rotsky faction against other factions, promoting millennialism within the party. Yeah, totally not the Red Revolution. All right. Rapid industrialization, collectivization through the implementation of a command economy and the pursuit of socialist reforms. That's what we're looking at. His ideology has been adapted and interpreted into different schools of thought worldwide, with a number of Marco-millennialists steadily increasing, cementing his position as one of the most influential leaders in the century. He's particularly renowned for his massive education and science plan. Yes, we're doing the same, which has elevated United Contana to a position of technological supremacy, rivaling Arcasia. Through his commitment to is Arcasia the US? We'll see. To educational reforms and investment in scientific research, United Contana has emerged as a powerhouse in technological innovation, driving economic growth and solidifying its status as a global superpower. So that's effectively what we're trying to emulate. Now, how did I get here? Okay, United Contana, Volksland, Socialist Republic. This is the one I was looking at, right? The one in the east, the Democratic Republic of Volksland. Okay, I'm going to have to get back to all of this once we're out of here. All right. The world is warming up to the idea as a source of growth and employment. But is there any truth to this success? Our investment analysis indicates that infrastructure investments can be fruitful in the short term, but even more so in the long term, especially if they focus on linking economic nodes that business logistics depend on. This is, however, the first step. The crux of the matter is diversification of investment, where the government supports employment and growth. It is key to help private businesses with government contracts, tax breaks, and political support in order to create a self-sufficient and dynamic economy. Government's role in Swordland should be to integrate to the world economy and reap the benefits of global trade. Economic growth and income inequality in this country won't be fixed otherwise. Okay, so infrastructure projects. Can we drag ourselves out on our bootstraps? Well, I think economic integration with ideologically aligned countries in the East is where we're going here. But infrastructure is definitely something that I'm keen on as well. New assembly begins the duty. So we've been elected as the 4th presidents of Swordland. And we have Franz Richter coming in second, got a 20%. But that was mostly down to the scandal of somebody getting busy with his secretary. Kiebener, the head of the right-wing National Front Party, is the 3rd in place with over 11%. So we've basically got more than the next two combined, which is good. Communist Party of Swordland and the Workers' Party of Bludiout both won just below 10% of the vote, failing to pass the 10% electoral threshold. So we do have a communist party. It's a communist political party in Swordland. It's founded in 1950 with hopes to bring together the many separate left-wing organizations in Swordland under one flag. The party was established by a group of millennialists, politicians, union leaders, and a number of activists who were previously persecuted during Sol's term as president. It's considered as a continuation of the political party with the same name that existed in the early years of the Swedish Republic, which was destroyed during the military coup and conflict of the 20s. Party won 8% of the vote, missing the electoral threshold. Maybe we can work with these people. And we've also got the Workers' Party of Bludia. That was the sort of the peoples in the south. Generally left-wing, party places a strong emphasis on participatory democracy, unions, minority rights, and egalitarianism. Great criticism for using the Bludish name for the region of Bergia in its name. Aspiring to fundamentally challenge the existing divide. Okay, so we've got the swords and the bloods in the south. And other existing parameters in Swedish politics. It was founded in 1948 as a continuation of the movement. Okay. Some members of the USP have claimed that the WPB was direct ties with Bluish Freedom Front, which was not proven and have been numerously denied by the members. So what is that? That's the rebels. They have been involved in armed conflict with the Swordlish State. Okay, that's good to know. The news should be telling me about these sort of things, rather. Has been involved in an armed conflict with the Swordlish State with an aim of achieving independent Bluish state. So we have actually rebels in the south. They were created in protest against Swordland's oppression of the Bluish people and heavily promoted Bluish nationalism among the local communities. Something we'll have to deal with. And that's something we will have to deal with. We'll see how we can. I mean, obviously, concessions might be in order. The new term begins with the opposition of PFJP and NFP under the USP government. The unrepresented votes below the threshold resulted in USP taking 52% of the seats in the Grand National Assembly, giving them lawmaking power. So we've got the House as well. The new seat numbers have been finalized as follows: 130 on us, 70 for the PFJP, 40 on the NFP, and 10 on independents. So we don't need a coalition. Also, the only parties that we probably would want to have a coalition with would be the Communist Party of Swordland. Definitely not going for a sort of grand coalition with the PFJP. So we will see. We'll see where that gets us. Okay, and, the Lachaben Times. And the radical voice of the unheard. How many times will people fall into the same trap? We've seen this before. Okay, we've seen this before with Colonel Sol, who supposedly saved his country and brought stability in times of chaos. His stability, however, meant a life of oppression. Any opposing voices were silenced and many were persecuted. Next was Alfonso, who was elected as the liberal reformer to bring change to the USP and Swordland. Seeing his unfortunate inability, his own cabinet resigned. Well, it was mostly the corruption, really. As the third USP candidate becomes president, it is high time to realize that real change won't come from their party. Oh, you hopefully will be surprised. And that's the news. Okay, so I'm starting to see a little bit. Let's have a quick look. Look back at the regional map. Yes, so it was. So there's the Contanan Security Pact, but I don't know where that might be further east actually. I don't know where the Contana. Can I zoom out? No. Could be doing with a little bit more zooming out. I don't know where that. It might be a continent on the east that's separated by sea. But we've got Valksland, which is so that's part that is aligned with is part of the Contanan Security Pact, part of the Mercopan Economic Development, okay, and Alliance of Nations. Okay, so we've got the League of Nations, we've got the Contanan Security Pact, which is what we'll be aiming to join ourselves. Okay, so we've got a lot of things to do, but there's heaps more stuff that we need to go through. I've got my connections. Okay, I'm gonna get acquainted with all these people. So I think the first couple of episodes are probably just going to be me going through. But for now, what have we learned today? Swordland as a nation is divided. We have two different ethnicities. We've got the Swords in the north, and we've got the Bloods in the south, which are sort of here. And there is actually there is an insurrection of sorts ongoing at this point. And we have we currently have the House. I don't know if we have enough for constitutional change, but we have a few parties that we can work with on the far left spectrum, especially the Communist Party, if we want to make our way towards a radically different kind of government. Goals, threat obviously coming from the Kingdom of Rumburg by the looks of it, which looks imperialistic and militaristic to a degree. So definitely a target would be to join Valksland in the east as the sort of outpost of the continental outpost of the Continental Security Pact. So that's where we're going to go. Interesting choice of color, because it can be more sort of green brownish, but it can also be more reddish, depending on which direction we're taking. So that's going to be the target: security through joining the alliance, and economic investment in infrastructure projects, and trade with the East is where we're going in order to deal with the unstable economy. Right. I don't actually know how to end the turn. It's probably that, but we've got a lot of more things to get through, and I have to organize my understanding of this world we're operating within, and then we will see where the policies are going to lead us, and if Anton Rayne is going to be successful in his endeavors.